What's happening, guys? Don here again, and I've gotten a few emails from people that were, that actually bought the software that I had shown in the last video about where it actually was scraping the websites of the businesses and checking whether they were mobile optimized. And I got a pretty good set of questions here that I think need to be answered, and hopefully it'll help some other people out there right now that have questions like this. I mean, first off, your success for just about anything with offline sales is going to be your rebuttals, how you can answer the questions that the business owner has. And some of the issues that were brought up here, I'm going to go ahead and respond to here. First off, he basically said, Donald, I bought the WSO as you recommended. Nevertheless, after reading and applying the software, one basic issue came up. I realized that I need the login for the websites to create the mobile ones. It goes without saying that definitely you're going to have access to FTP and the website or the cPanel or whatever, something that gives you enough access to be able to create the mobile versions of the websites. Now, these are the issues. Number one, the owner has to trust me to give me the keys of the house. First off, one of the things that you can rebuttal right there is, obviously you've been doing this for some time. It's not like you're out to take over their site. Obviously, you're a professional SEO expert, and this is your job. I don't think you're going to really have the owner. I don't think you're really going to have a problem with the owner's trust. I've never really run into the fact of, if I'm a business and I do this stuff and I have a legitimate website and some legitimate places to point people to where they can actually look up and find information about me, which you should already be putting in hand. If you're actually doing offline sales, you should already have a website. The owners, you'd be surprised at the fact that the offline owners really do not know that much about the internet. A lot of them do not really care to know that much about the internet. They just want the stuff done for them. So trust is not going to be a huge factor. And if you have a real problem with somebody that's running in and constantly like, why should I trust you to do this? Then, I mean, those are people I'm just going to be like, I'll give them the rundown and tell them my website, my credentials. But other than that, I'm not going to fight that very long. You either want to propel your business to the next level or you don't. So, and number two, the owner doesn't have the logins in hand. Now, some of these questions go hand in hand here, but obviously, if he doesn't have the logins in hand, he needs to get them. He either needs to get them from whoever designed the site, or whoever is maintaining the site, or whoever's hosting the site. Whoever has his login credentials, then he needs to get them. I don't think that it takes that much effort to get the logins for what you're going to be saving him in money. Again, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just common sense, what you have to tell the business owner. To get the login, the owner has to ask the creator of the site if available. Okay, and this just goes with what I was just saying. I mean, if they want to get to the next level, then obviously they need to have the login information. And first off, they should have the login information anyway, because who knows what will happen to a developer or something somewhere down the road. Even if he's working with you, you might have a heart attack next week and be gone. So he should have this stuff, or he or she should have this stuff. The creator of the site might give it or not, trying to do it himself. Okay, first off, if the creator of the website has already let you consistently throw money down the drain because you've had paid advertisements, etc., or he hasn't done anything to optimize your site for mobile, then he hasn't been doing his job in the first place. So maybe it's time for you to actually check out somebody else like me and see what we can do for you. That's definitely not a hard thing to rebuttal right there in its own. And it says the owner will trust the creator of the site since he already did the website. That was your next question, which basically goes with what I was just saying. Obviously, his trust is misplaced if he was trusting this company or this guy with the welfare of his business as far as the internet as far as the internet portion of it goes, apparently his trust was misplaced because the mobile browsing is slowly but surely overtaking desktop browsing, and well, actually, not even slowly but surely, but very quickly, actually, overtaking desktop browsing. So why would you trust somebody that's been letting you throw your money away all this time and letting you get clicks from mobile devices where people were just leaving your site because it was a disaster on a mobile device, or very hard to follow, or they had to look at it in a regular browser type view instead of a normal application type view, which is the easiest way to view these sites on a mobile device right now. Who wants to go? Anybody out there that owns an iPhone right now knows that you go to a regular website that's not mobile optimized. It's actually very irritating to have to zoom in here, zoom out to move here, zoom in here, zoom out to move here. That stuff gets very irritating, and it gets very irritating real quick. So he goes on to say the bottom line is this: of the small percentage that would answer the email, 5% if lucky, then it has to go through the 5 issues that I expressed above. This can bring down the conversions to less than 1% easily. Now that I expressed my concerns, and since you are an expert marketer and recommended this WSO, how would you proceed to make this business profitable? And basically, I think I've answered most of that stuff above. But the one thing is you should be contacting, at least 100 of these businesses at one time, and the likelihood of what your percentage will be. Let's say if 5% will answer the email, then that's 5% of those people that you should be able to at least get or have a very good chance of actually converting. So those 5 issues above, if handled the way that I said right now, then your conversion should be a lot better than 1% of the 5% that answered. Of course, it's going to take time. It's going to take practice. It's going to take you being sure of yourself and what you're doing to be able to answer those questions. The fact of the matter is, you have to start by first having confidence in yourself, because you cannot just go out and target these businesses and be able to talk to them like, yeah. You have to be sure of yourself. You have to say right now, the owner has to trust me to give me the keys to the house. Listen, I'm the expert in this field. I've proven myself. Go take a look at my website. Go take a look at some of the press releases out there about some of the services that I provide. You should already have this stuff in place. If you don't have it in place, get it in place. You need to have some kind of proof out there in case you do run into this kind of stuff, so that people, when they look you up, they can find out what you are, who you are, what you do. When they look at your website, it should look good. There's no doubt about it. When on your website, you should have content. It doesn't matter if it's PLR content from somewhere that you had rewritten or what it is, as long as it is very good content about certain topics that relate to the type of services you're offering. The owner doesn't have logins at hand, like we were just saying, and all these different questions that we have right here, these are easily answered. You should have those logins. There's no doubt about it. You don't just, and as far as the owner of the site trusting the creator of the site, then like I just said, his trust is misplaced, obviously. If he's been letting this happen all this time, I think it's time for him to take a look at somebody else. And the biggest problem that you'll run into is really not these 5 questions. The biggest problem you'll run into is if somebody else is already managing the site, especially some of these companies that do things like realtors. I can't think of some of their names right off the top of my head right now, but some of these guys have basically a template system, and they just sell it to all these different realtors and real estate agents. And those people try to strong arm the businesses into staying with them. Those are the ones you're going to run into, because you're going to have to actually tell them straight up front that, listen, that domain that you purchased, whatever you're paying these people, like a lot of times those companies that provide those templates and stuff, they actually hold those domains under their own name. And those guys, you need to talk to the business owner right off the bat and say, listen, that domain name should not be in their name or my name. It should be in your name. You should have control of that domain. Yes, somebody who's managing your stuff should have access to be able to update DNS settings or whatever happens if you have to change hosting or whatever. But first off, you should have all the logins. The domain should be in your name, not the company that's doing the work for you. That domain name is a business asset. So that should not, I mean, are they letting the company that does their website, are they also letting them have access to their bank account, etc.? I mean, come on now. You have to be a little bit, like I said, when you're doing offline sales, to be successful at offline sales, you have to be sure of yourself. You have to be able to rebuttal the questions with the proper responses. Once you can do that, there is nothing to stop you from dominating the offline world. But other than that, I just want to do a quick video just to answer these questions, right now, so that people had a better idea. I know that some people probably have these questions every time they see an offline product, and a lot of people get scared to death of offline. Offline is probably the easiest thing you'll ever do, as far as if it comes between offline sales and affiliate marketing. Trust me, offline sales, you can close a lot more of those sales a lot easier than it is to than doing affiliate marketing, for instance. So if you're somebody that if you don't have the confidence, get it. If you don't have the things in place like a website and press releases and different information already created out there for your business about you, then get it in place, because you need to have that kind of stuff to sway any doubts that a business owner might have that you are the perfect person to handle exactly what you're going to talk to them about, whatever that be, whatever that service may be. You are the perfect person to handle it.